Welcome to potential war, dude. Oh, that's a bad day. Oh, this is a death trap. A handgun is not going to do a thing unless you're on your bingo on everything else. I don't exactly like watching Americans get shot like that. It's a little close to home. Hello, everyone. I'm Geoff Reeves, Navy SEAL. Now, today on Gamology's Experts React, we're going to be watching clips from Battlefield 6. Now, the plot is set in the not-too-distant future, so the tactics shouldn't be too far-fetched. Let's see if the gamers play it realistically or more fiction.
Force is how we keep the peace.
Where does this end?
All right, Battlefield 6. Oh, and right out of the gates, we're getting bombed or mortared. That is a bad day, and especially the amount that they're getting here. Man, it's a heck of an intro into all this. All right, EO Tech on our M4. Rock and roll. In my career, I've only ever gone on an M4 full auto twice. One out of a helicopter and one in an ambush. Honestly, I think full auto on a platform like this is a great party trick, but in the real world, you're very rarely going to use it. I think that's what we have machine gunners for. You only have 30 rounds per magazine, and you need to make sure that those rounds are active. Oh, our crew just got our ass handed to us.
Changed. We protect those servers.
Like, go. Just go sit there in that vehicle, sitting there where they already know your position, vectored in on you. Go. Get on that 50. Wow. So what are we firing at here? Okay, there we go. Yeah, take out the chopper. I mean, if we got a 50 going through that chopper, that thing, you start shooting for the engine, it's not going to last very long. Obviously, we're stage over. Oh, street signs, giving that away. So yeah, being on that 50, and the platform, depending on the platform that it's mounted on, to be able to swivel that thing around and lock it in, the 50 gun is constantly moving. You got, like, for example, in a Humvee, you got to unlock the turret, lock the turret. You keep that thing swiveling, or you just got to be able to handle that thing and be able to whip that thing around. Because it's non-motorized, it's all mechanical. It's funny, our first-person player here is like, can't believe that he's getting 360 fire. Welcome to potential war, dude. Especially if you're a lone vehicle. Okay, now you got a second one cover front, one cover back, 360 security. I will say this, immediately the game has my attention. All right, so now we're patrolling, dismounted. Blood splatter on the firearm. Good. The attention to detail, this is pretty good. All right, so now we're in an overwatch position. I like how he's just crouching, hiding behind, using the terrain. Of course, our first person is standing up. Get down, dude. You're the one that's going to give us away. So we could use some close air support. Beautiful. Nice.
Lightning one.
Oh. So one of our jobs as a communicator is that we have the ability to call close air support like that. So depending on the platform, the close air support varied on how they did it, but to paint a target with a laser and then have bombs dropped on it, yeah, absolutely. It's one way we did it. Good. I'm liking that they're using the cover. Now it would be a little bit close. Now be a little bit more cautious in how I move, only because you turn and now you don't have the high wall to block our position. You know what? It'd be great to leave a person up here and have the team run down because you're in a sniper overwatch position, and then have the guy come down and join. Kind of like what they did. Very similar. Oh, so there's a hide over bore problem, right? A hide over bore issue where his optics saw the target, but his muzzle was pointed right at the tire tread, or right at the vehicle tread, and he actually fragged himself on that. There we go. Good use. Good use. Frags. Nice. So we're in an elevated position. Yep. Anybody in that structure to the right can actually get at us like they just did. Yeah, there we go. That's a better position. You got 180 degrees of you is actually protected from anybody coming back on you. You've got an elevated position. You shoot down into this fishbowl, take out your targets. Run a handgun, which a handgun in this scenario should be used as a secondary to get to cover to get our primary back up. I would not be running around this particular scenario with a handgun. Like, we just had our rifle up. Come on, dude. Good. Put that thing back. Get our primary up. Man, we need to get some triple gamut gloves in these games. Okay, so see how they're walking right down the middle of the hall? That's pretty much any bad guy shooter just has to stick his weapon out of the room and just fire in my direction, and more likely they're going to get hit. So the use of flashlights, and this I've said in other game debriefs, is you're giving the position away. You don't need to. Let your eyes adjust the night, or utilize it when you need to. Use the ambient light around you. You got night vision, throw it on. For example, we can see the bad guy coming at us because of the light on the ground. And if that's happening to them, it's happening to us. So we're illuminating each other too, which means we're giving the enemy perfect targets. Honestly, in real world, so reading books like Bravo 20, The One That Got Away, and also Black Hawk Down, I reorganized how I wore my gear when I was in. And I never, even if it was a daytime mission, I never went without night vision, just because if anything were to go wrong and it goes late and it goes in the night, I've got my tools with me. That was a lesson learned from Black Hawk Down. So it's funny, right? Like in real world, we don't have, like right now the first person player is going through and changing settings on his game. Real world, you don't have that option. You have the cards that you're dealt, and you make use with what you have. I understand, the technology that we have and all that, but it is almost kind of fun to take what you have and make it work and see how out of the box thinking you can be with it. So right now we're coming upstairs. Our lights are illuminated. Any bad guy is going to see it getting bright around. We're giving away our position on this. And right in the fatal funnel, right in the middle of the door, we didn't bounce across that fast enough. We hesitated in the doorway. We're not clearing corners. Lots of stuff behind us. Like areas behind us that anybody could be just chilling in. All right, going big, planting some explosive on that thing.
Secure yourselves, Tempest.
We have an ascender. Very cool. Can you imagine looking back on your base and seeing all that? The graphics in this game are impressive. Love the environment around us, the mountains and the trees and everything. Oh, here we go. Good. Using the cover in front of them. Love it. Oh, that's interesting. So the first person player just said that in past games, people were arguing that with their rifles zeroed at a greater distance than what they were shooting the character in front of it, and they weren't connecting with their heads, that it was actually hitting otherwhere in their body. That's fantastic detail. That is real world. Love that. If that's a criticism that they have of the game, the players need to be better. So I love that. That would be a game I'd be interested in, because now you're talking real world stuff. Again, you've got to get your pistol. If you need to use your pistol, then there you go, get your weapon up. Awesome. Yep. I mean, are we able to get our corpsman out and help us with the aid? All right. Other games have got like some med packs and stuff like that you could have. That would be pretty cool. But I do like the fact that there is some kind of medical portion to this. That's awesome. I'd like to know, what's our round count? How many magazines do we have left over here? We got one frag grenade, one mag. All right.
C4 still hot.
Get a Black Hawk and get out of there. So the gunner on that 50, or the gunner on that aircrew should be rocking and rolling with a minigun hanging out the side. That's what the aircrew should be rocking on that minigun to get us out of there. I'd be further away before I actually blew that with a helicopter. I could see something going in, like the frag hitting our propellers and knocking us out of the sky, and that would be awful. Love the stars and bars on the roof of the helo. Probably should be flipped around so the stars and bars, or so that the stars are actually on the leading edge for the direction of the helicopter's going. Oh, where's the air crew on that? Now we got. Oh, that's a bad day. Uh-oh. Close flyby. Didn't knock you out of the sky. I mean, I know it didn't hit you, but closest is if you got away scot-free. You didn't. There's like a Marine Raider patch. Well, that dude landed on his arm. That could be interesting. Pop his shoulder back in. Love the detail in this. This is fantastic. I actually, if I were in the scenario, I would want to have my bump helmet on, or my Mitch helmet on, or my bulletproof helmet on there. The dude with just a ball cap. I mean, gosh, just for getting rocked. Murph. Wonder why Murph. Wonder if that's in reference to my buddy Mike Murphy. So, if you got dudes converging on you right now, I love the team talk here, but we need to start taking defensive positions, start finding a way out before they overrun us completely. So get out of this, because right now, one grenade in there, we're done. Fight your way out of this. Go out the backside, make your way out the front, establish. For example, this is a death trap. A handgun is not going to do a thing unless you're on your bingo on everything else, which he is. And like all we're doing is mag dumping here. Are we going to be getting effective rounds, effective hits? So all we're doing is firing back. Are we trying to move at all? Okay. I'm not going to lie. I don't exactly like watching Americans get shot like that. I do like that they went in for the guys, that the crew actually went in to bring the bodies back. I mean, where's the air crew? It's a little close to home. I do like the fact that the gunship came in a little too late, albeit. I didn't like the fact that our 4 guys are sitting in a tight area, not trying to actually get out, shoot, move, and outmaneuver to get outflank to get out of that. That needs to be done. Otherwise, the results are exactly what you see, right? What happened there. I do like the fact that they got the bodies out of there and brought back home.
The global conflict just over a year ago.
I like how the story brings in the politics back in the civilian world, because it's not just about all being on the battlefield. There's a bigger board that this is all being played on. The graphics are great. Wow. So I don't know. The lasers on the guns aren't really a thing unless you were in night vision. Man, this is realistic looking. Awesome graphics. Yep. So if it's a joint task force, man, it's like the graphics are almost movie-like. So I actually don't know this. Can females be Marine Raiders? Is that a thing? I'll have to look that up after. If any of you out there know, I'd be interested to, by all means, write in the comments. Man, that's actually really good. I mean, the game right away got my attention. Holy cow, with that kind of barrage of incoming fire on your base that you're taking, that is a nightmare happening. The action that we found ourselves in right at the beginning, to shoot out of it, driving our way out of it on the vehicles, having our allies or our buddies getting killed next to us, getting blown up in the other vehicles, having to move our way out of there, and then we come up into an overwatch position where we could actually laze targets, call in closer support, and then go through and have a firefight there. Like, I enjoyed that, to be honest with you. As far as tactics and all that, it was one of the better games, I thought. Was everything perfect? No, as I critiqued it on the way, but there were elements that either the player didn't really know they were doing it, or they made a purposeful decision on how he moved across open terrain, how he moved during utilizing dead space, utilizing the corners. I think there's still, it's just could be one of my big hang-ups that I have, is like when you're in the middle of a gunfight with distance and you're pulling out your pistol when your primary needs to be up and running for that. That's what that weapon's for. And then making your way from that outside to the inside.
Clear inside.
Working our way through it and then getting up top to the helicopter, getting out of there. All very interesting, unique, and I actually did like the essence of the political civilian side, not just everything being in a war zone. So that I enjoyed. I'd like to actually see more of this game. I like to play this game and understand what the campaign's about. So I found it very intriguing, an actual purpose-driven game rather than just running around in circles and shooting people, which I think gets old after a while. This actually looks pretty good. So yeah, well done. Thank you for joining me as we took a deep dive into Battlefield 6. If you want to see more content of Experts React, check out Gamology on YouTube and or Facebook. If you want to follow me, my Instagram is official Geoff Reeves, or visit my company, triplegambit.com. Triple Gambit makes everyday gear that protects you better.